The line with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet.
Rallying patriots worldwide in defense of human liberty. It's Alex Jones.
Who do you think is behind? Sure, we know the U.S., NATO, Turkey are involved, but who's really behind ISIS, which is Al-Qaeda, killing hundreds of thousands of Christians and other innocents, non-radical Muslims in Syria, Saudi Arabia? And where did 15 of the 19 hijackers come from on 9/11? We know where they came from, Saudi Arabia, so we attacked Iraq, something Congressman Jones has been fighting. So Politico points out, what's going on with Walter Jones and all these Republicans that he's got behind him that want to, release these pages that will expose the Bush administration? Well, it's just called doing the right thing. And the minute other Republicans start acting like statesmen and not gangsters like Boehner is the day we'll start turning this country around. But I want to go to Walter Jones. We got about 10 minutes left with him. The congressman joins us. You can go to the website, 28pages.org. We're also going to give out a phone number to call the switchboard. Sir, give us our marching orders. What do we do to push this over the edge and get these 28 pages released?
Alex, again, thank you. The families of 9/11, ever since that tragic day that we were attacked by the hijackers, they have been calling on the president since President Bush. He is the one that when they came out with the 9/11 report, the administration reviewed it, and the Bush administration said, no, the 28 pages in this report must be classified. I have read the classified pages, and many of my colleagues have as well, the 28 pages. There is nothing, Alex, in here about national security. If it was, I would not be on your show. I would not introduce this resolution with two other members of the House. What we're asking people around this country, think about the pain of the 9/11 families, and think about you, the American citizen. Don't you have a right to know the truth about who was behind 9/11? Absolutely yes is the answer to that. H Resolution 14, call the White House, and I'll give the number slowly, 202-456-1111. Now let me give the switchboard for your member of Congress, and that switchboard number is 202-224-3121. Call that member of Congress and say, look seriously at joining on House Resolution 14. Now, Alex, let me explain to your listeners very quickly. Any member of Congress in good standing can make a request of the Intel Committee in the House to read the 28 pages. I would hope that they would have time to do that. But if not, please just think about it this way. Just give the families what they've been asking for. They're the ones that were injured. This is a way for the families to get peace and the American people to know the truth about 9/11.
And I know you're not supposed to tell us everything that's in it, but when they use national security to hide crime, we have a responsibility. How much, I mean, you've talked about it before. I've talked to military people that have been involved in the House that have seen it. I mean, basically, it's that Saudi Arabia was running the operation.
Well, I would say this because it's already been actually Bob Graham, who helped write the 9/11 report. He actually said at the news conference that the Saudis were behind the 9/11 attack, and also that this would allow the families, if these 28 pages could be published, this would help the families in their lawsuit against the Saudi Arabian government for damages that were done to the American people on 9/11.
My God, what type of apology do we owe the Iraqi people for blaming them for this?
Well, to me, I've got a poster. I wish I could send it to you of a Saudi prince with a heavy stomach, leaning back on a pillow and smoking a cigarette with a holder, and seeing Uncle Sam on his knees to the Saudi, and the Saudi saying, "Go get those ISIS thugs, but don't spill any blood on my rug."
It's unbelievable.
I wish I could send that to you. That's why this is about the families who are in pain. This is about the American people knowing the truth. We will not have government for the people if the people don't know the truth. And that's what this is all about.
Well, you've got a lot of courage. You continue to bring in legislation to impeach Obama if he launches more wars without congressional authorization. You bring out legislation like this. I mean, I got to be honest. I love Ron Paul. He was on last week.
I love Ron Paul, too.
And he did a lot of great work fighting the Federal Reserve. But I think you now are even more bold than he was with the type of legislation you're bringing forward, sir. And so I just want to say this. Everybody should be praying for Congressman Walter Jones, because he's the type of leader who isn't a glitter bug, isn't some narcissist, but really cares about his family and grandchildren and this country. And we need more people in Congress like him. Let's give that number out one more time. You can go to jones.house.gov. You can also go to 28pages.org to find all the information. Capitol Switchboard to talk to your member of Congress, 202-224-3121, or White House, 202-456-1111. And even mainstream media admits this is getting a lot of co-sponsors. It's gaining steam. But at least demand that the intelligence committees of the House and Senate read them and then have these members publicly say they've read it, so when it does come out later, they're going to be held politically responsible for aiding and abetting the Saudis. Because I'm here to tell you, the Saudis are in an oil war right now with the U.S. to destroy our frackers. They're in a war with Russia right now. That's on record. And Saudi Arabia, I don't want to be a drama queen here, but we've even had some issues. I'm telling you, they're all over the U.S. I don't mean Saudi people, but the Saudi government is too big for its britches. It's manipulating Hollywood. It's buying off U.S. corporations. They're out of control.
Yeah.
And Congressman, have you had any stuff go on, any scuttlebutt, any manipulation because you're doing this to the Saudis?
No, Alex, I have not. And the way I look at this thing, I know you're the same way. I'm doing God's will because God sent his son, Jesus Christ, to save our souls by his son telling us the truth. And that's what this is all about, is the truth of what happened on 9/11. And to me, I have no excuses but to seek the truth, because that is what will make America stronger.
So the heavens may fall. Justice be done. May the heavens fall. Do the right thing, and that's it. Well, God bless you. Amazing. In the few minutes we've got left, State of the Union, you were there, witnessing it all. Obviously, if you're informed, the whole thing is a deception. To see the president, though, saying, I'm going to give you this free, I'm going to give you that free. I mean, it's like he's Hugo Chavez or something. What do you make of this and the carbon taxes and just all the stuff he was pushing?
Alex, the one thing I'd like to say is that one thing he did not mention is the debt of our nation. It is now well over $18 trillion. In March of this year, 2015, in 2 months, we will have another debate on the floor of the House to raise the debt ceiling to allow the administration to borrow more money from foreign governments to pay the bills from last year. That is one thing that I just get upset with my own side. You made mention earlier I did not support. I was one of 24 House members who did not support John Boehner. I have nothing against him personally, but I don't think he's a good leader. And what America needs at this time, or the Republican House.
That's right. We need people that don't want to just allow the Democrats and Obama to destroy the country. I know you also have been voting to try to stop the open borders. Obama, in his speech, said that he'll veto any legislation that tries to stop his amnesty. It's an executive amnesty by fiat. I mean, why even have a Congress if they allow this to happen? Is Boehner going to try to repeal Obamacare? Is he going to try to block Obama on open borders?
Well, Alex, that's the problem. I was for impeaching the president when he allowed those children to come to this country illegally. And yet our leadership in Washington, we had a vote on the House floor to approve a lawsuit by the Speaker to sue the President over presidential executive orders. That's probably going to cost $2 or $3 million. I said, why don't you just follow the Constitution? If you think that the President is out of line or out of control or not following the Constitution, then do what the Constitution says we have the authority to do.
Sure, it was a stalling tactic. It'll take years with the suit so that Boehner doesn't get in trouble. Finally, sir,
sure.
You have been probably the most outspoken Republican in the Congress, period. And I love Rand Paul. I'm a little disquieted by him talking out of both sides of his mouth about this partnership, this Trans-Pacific partnership that WikiLeaks released part of, that basically removes authority from the Congress and the president. It's secret. I mean, right there, no one should support it because it's secret. You've been fighting it, and the establishment's been attacking you for that. Give us what you know about the treaty, because it's secret. Is there any intel you've got being a congressman?
Well, what we're concerned about is, especially the two issues, and because there's limited time, I'll talk about the trade promotion to give the president the authority to bypass the Constitution.
Fast track.
Fast track, excuse me. And that to me is an assault on the Constitution and the sovereignty of America. And I am fighting that. I've got other Republicans who have joined me, not many, but a few, and we're working with Democrat liberals across the aisle to not allow a president to bypass the Constitution.
Seems like a no-brainer.
It should be. And thank you for speaking out about this and waking up the American people. Get behind and call your members of Congress and say stop giving authority away to the Chinese and to an administration that doesn't care about the Constitution.
That's right. That's who's got most of the voting power is the Chinese on this deal. It's incredible. Well, Congressman Jones, please don't thank me. I want to thank you because you're a very serious person, and you are really giving them hell on every front. And in the beginning of Patriots, a scarce man, hated and feared, but in time when his cause succeeds, the timid join him, because then it costs nothing to be a patriot, to quote Mark Twain. And just as Ron Paul 20 years ago couldn't get a single co-sponsor to audit the Fed, As you know, that's passed twice now. The Senate can barely stop it. We're